What's up, guys? Just gonna do a quick, hopefully quick, Minecraft Redstone security house thing. Got a huge, like, rectangular disaster of a architectural design. Just gonna start off. Got a back porch thing, pretty much just kind of aesthetic. But this is not like an RPG style setup. I'm not trying to make this all good with a kitchen and shit. This is just some things that you could run on a server, maybe a PvP or SMP, just an idea. This is the second room. It's got a big creeper face, library books, paintings, bench, simple bedroom, simple stuff. This is just kind of a, all of this right here is a false bottom pretty much. Oh, keyboard's going out. False bottom just to kind of hide what's underneath. Right here is what's I guess, a little chest room. You think you're going to get in through there, the button may hook up to the door, but in fact, lava pit. It's actually a switch over here that's conspicuous and in the open. It's supposed to be like that just because there's actually nothing in these chests. It's all pretty much useless. You got dead trees, doors and cacti and snowballs. That's pretty much it. There's nothing else. That's just to kind of thwart some people who may be trying to grief or just steal. Maybe just someone who shares the same home. But anyway, the main attraction is over here, where there's a pressure plate hooked up to redstone behind this painting, and that hooks up to this piston which retracts. That lowers this, stairs, XOR gate which can lock this whole piston setup from the inside, and even if they find the switch on the outside, they can't get in. Right here is the first booby trap. There's a pressure plate right here which hooks up to a rapid fire pulsar, and that hooks up to turrets and these pistons which retract and the turrets fire very rapidly. I'll show you right here. So, yeah. Oops. Alright, so that was about like 4 seconds, and I got all these arrows. Arrows fully charged will take about 4.5 hearts of damage, and I think a medium charge is like 3. I think that'll kill you by the time you figure out what you need to do, which you may not figure out, but it is to replace this torch with a redstone torch. That'll block the signal with the bud switch. Alright, so I knocked everything off the walls. If you go upstairs here, it's got a bedroom, basic setup. Right here is kind of a security system to arm that whole turret system, even if you put the redstone torch there. So if I can arm it, I can go down and test it again. And it indeed works again. I'll collect those in a second. So if you arm it, or unarm it with the green color code, it will, unarm it. Right here is a bud switch, hooked up to the bed. And what happens is it'll extend these pistons, flushing the wall closed, and looking like there's not a bedroom here. So if it's nighttime, these pistons will close, and when I wake up, they will retract. I'll show you the science behind that. So say, okay, there's a block right there. Now there's not, which is the same thing as you sleeping in it, which will close these pistons. So bed, person sleeping on the bed, it will close. Just bud update, or block update detector switch. None of the redstone design is really my own, but the arrangement is kind of original. In that I just put all these systems together to kind of work for one house. Here's another bud update, block update detection. You put a switch here, or torch, which activates a switch, and you get a 2x2 flush piston door, which has an XOR gate hooked up to that, so you can close it and lock it behind you, or you can have a momentary button and get through without having to lock it up from the other side again. Through this door, got some pressure plates, light switch, which hooks up pistons which retract from glowstone to expose it. Here is a false bottom piston, or false bottom chest room. There's nothing in there. There's something on the other side of that, though, which I will talk about later. Right here is horizontal exchange wiring. Those are just retracting pistons. In here, those blocks, these pressure plates, will activate the lighting system and the brick fire oven, exposing that. Here's a kitchen, a lot of furnaces. One is hooked up to a block update detection, and I'll show that right now. Put coal in there, and then you got that. It will retract the crafting table going down into a secret room full of cake and diamonds and gold. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If I had a 1.3 point anything, then I would put a beacon block on top of it and kind of shine some light. After the cooking is done, the piston will actually push forward again, and it will block this passageway again, and then inside that block is a button so you can get back out if it closes on you. And then after that you have cooked pork chop. So, done with that room. Over here is another pressure plate. Just opens a 2x4 piston door from the inside and outside. Goes down into a long hallway full of redstone lamps activated by this pressure plate on the top and on the sides. Over here is a combination lock. I didn't make it, 9 digits, because if you've gotten this far, then you probably don't need to be challenged furthermore. If you do this, nothing will happen, just as a lock should work. It makes it look like you should go through this redstone ore door, so you can hack it down if you don't actually get the combination right. But if you actually touch this, it will activate a bud switch again, and lava. So there's that. If you put in the right combination, then it should work. The door is actually over here. Pretty simple. Another XOR gate with a lever to lock it, and a momentary button to open it again to get out. Over here is a green room with wood, some water, lava pillar in the middle, library room in that side, and another in door in there. And here's just a big library full of chests, in which just necessary things that you might need kind of quickly on the first floor. If you go up to the second floor, there's categorized bins, chests with library cases, and you got ingots and diamond, ore, nether material. Over here you have raw wood and wood products, woolen dyes, redstone tools, pretty much anything you can make from redstone, and tools and weapons and sticks. Down on this ladder, if you go into this room, you'll go into a green room / red lab. There's some lava and water on the top. Man-made lava ravine, pretty bad job of it, I should say. Jungle tree, I don't know why I did this, I don't know. An actual natural ravine that I found, and just a conservatory, just for this whole room. Over here is a redstone lab, and I made this just because I like a lot of room when I do circuitry, and because the voxel nature of this game is 1 by 1, so it kind of takes a little bit of room. And here's just some stuff where I test. There's the 2x4 piston door. Here is an XOR gate. Pretty much you have 2 different inputs equals 1 equal output. So if this one's not the same as that one, it will open the door and activate this redstone. If you say you're on the inside and this switch is there with you, you can close the door behind you. Over here is just a pretty ingenious way I've seen of making vertical redstone go up. Just gravel with a piston pushed, which will activate this circuitry powering that block. The thing about gravel is physics are applied, and it will break the circuit when the gravel's done. Or not there. So that's the redstone lab. Pretty simple. Okay, so I'll go to the final room over here. There's a minecart station over here, which actually takes you back to that room that was right next to that chest room that was kind of a false bottom. The second one next to the light room, light switch room. I'm not really going to show that just because it's a boring ride. Over here is a pretty blank room full of wood, a bed, and a nether hallway with a gate just so nether mobs can't come through. Down here is the final part of the map, which takes you to the end. Right here is a switch which retracts pistons, lets water through just because signs wouldn't help, because they couldn't close the whole area off. It leads up here to this hallway, or this stairway, then you get on this another minecart track, and it leads you all the way up to this room, a couple hundred meters away from the whole house itself. And actually, I'll get out. Whoop. Sorry about that. Forgot about that minecart was still there. So this is the exit. And once you step on this pressure plate, it will not only retract this, leading you to the outside, it will push out a piston bridge. You wait a couple seconds, and you get a bridge that retracts when you walk over it, or after you walk over it. And that's pretty much the whole map. If you want, I can make some videos on tutorials on just the arrangements of the redstone circuitry that I did. Hope you liked this video, and comment, have any questions. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.